obviously something else in it from whatever dog that played around in the yard once.
This was
And that
Rumpus?
Yeah, and that was our Rumpus. Looked like a spaniel, you know.
Who came after Rumpus?
That was the last dog that
Oh.
I no longer lived at home.
Yeah, and I think.
Rumpus was the one that went with the old Fargo, the old Wapton house when the folks
No.
rented it out to these people during the war, and they ended up buying it from
No.
them. They got the dog.
Got the
along.
dog.
got
Did
the
they
dog.
have to pay extra, or they have to? You
No,
guys
they
have
had
to give
little
up some
kids.
money.
And I went to
It's a sweet story.
my mom was and Dad were living in an apartment that they'd rented someplace or other, and I was out visiting him because just for came through, spent a little time while I was there. I had to drive down to buy the house that the people had who also had the dog, which I did, and parked down there across the street from the backyard. It was full of little kids about this tall, 12 or 15 up, playing something. And in amongst them was Rumpus. So I opened my car door, I was across the street, in not a busy street, opened the car door and hollered Rumpus, and this dog, you know, all of a sudden, boom, stood up, looked around a little bit, and saw me sitting there, came running across the street, wagging tail and doing this and that. So I patted her and scritched her around a little bit, and then just sitting there a little bit, and she thought that was fine, got one more scratch around her neck and eyes, and then she turned around and walked back to her family. I thought that was a good place to last see that.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
She was happy, and she had a family that
She could keep track of. That she could keep track of,
Yeah.
keep an eye on all those kids.
Moved out of
the
there
kids thought she
during the
was
war.
great.
Didn't you guys have a dog that would travel around town?
That would what?
Travel around Wahpeton and go visit places and visit people? I just
No.
have this vague memory of some dog
Well,
doing
Bimbo
that.
was the only one.
That who did this?
One of your
A dog?
dogs, when you were a kid, would go travel around
I
town
don't
and visit
think so.
people? Yeah.
Bimbo ended up
That's right.
living with the lady up the street because he'd been in the house fire.
Ah,
Yeah, the
okay.
house, they had a fire down around in the basement of the house, and